Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today this is going to be probably the last episode of the Exploring the Werewolf Pack series. And for today's video I want to focus on exploring parts of Moonwood Mill that I couldn't explore since I wasn't a werewolf, or just areas I didn't want to explore, so like the underground tunnels and stuff. So now that we're a werewolf, we're gonna go and explore them. So the first one is by this bar in Moonwood Mill. So there is a werewolf only hangout spot over here. So obviously I couldn't enter it before because we weren't a werewolf. As you can see, like, this door is for werewolves only. So I'm gonna go down here and explore. Okay, so now that we're down here, even though she's trying to go back upstairs to talk to somebody, so there's this part over here, and there's a door. So this is another underground tunnel spot. There's a washroom down here, and like a kitchen area with a microwave. And then through this main door, you have like a little table area, some workout stuff, some stuff to change your outfits. You got couches, a TV, some more workout equipment. You have a desk, and then you have a game table. You have a guitar down here, a stereo. You have books so you can read, and then you have two beds. So that's kind of cool. It's like another hangout spot that she can use now in the world that she couldn't access before. So another thing you can do in Moonwood Mill, and you don't have to be a werewolf to do this, but you can explore the underground tunnels. So there's a couple of them in the world. I don't know if they all lead to the same thing and give you the same like experience, but we're gonna check it out. So like I showed you, there is this one down here that I didn't even know about. So there's an entrance over there. There's one over here. This is still by the bar, so you can enter like over there. And I've just noticed these places from like jogging, so I might have missed some. But I think that's it. There's a like a porta potty tunnel over here, and then there's one somewhere over here, another one over here, and I think that's all. Like I said, I just noticed these while jogging, so I might have missed some of them, but I think that's all. But we're gonna go and explore all of them and see if we end up with the same experience. I'm gonna start at this one over here. So we're gonna start with this one over here, and I'm just gonna click explore underground tunnels. Okay, so the first one we got is the underground. It's evident this sewer grate has been opened recently. There are multiple sets of muddy footprints leading Nellie onward. Though they become harder to see as the tunnel gets darker, the pathway leads downward deep below Moonwood Mill, and it doesn't seem to stop. So the next one says diverging paths. Nellie encounters a tiny chasm and hops across it. On the other side, the tunnel splits in three. A faint melody, strange yet almost magical, seems to emanate from one path. The next is littered with old, rusted debris, and the final path carries the scent of fresh air. So I think this one, the fresh air, might lead me out of the underground path, and one of these two will continue on. I'm just gonna follow the melody, although I feel like that might be bad. We'll see. So the next one says an enchanted room. The enchanted music fades as Nellie comes into a large round room with an expansive relief carved into the wall. Embedded, glowing cerulean crystals give off enough light to make out the story within. The artwork depicts a magical conflict between two sides, with some favoring plasma and others who drew closer from the moon. So I think it's just telling a story about like a conflict between werewolves and like vampires. So I think as we go through the tunnels, maybe we'll learn more about like Moonwood Mill. So let's continue. So now it says tunnel thoughts. Nellie gets lost in thought as she travels the seamlessly endless tunnels. Nellie really was an interesting name. Who decided to name her? Was it her family? And what does Nellie mean, anyways? She repeats her name over and over until it starts to sound funny in her head. That's funny. It's like she's starting to lose her mind in there. Okay, so now we got another diverging paths. As Nellie crawls under a particularly low stretch, she notices that the tunnel splits into three paths up ahead. From one path comes a faint but magical sounding melody, down another the lingering scent of garlic, and down the third a welcoming bit of fresh air on the breeze. So we already did the... Okay, so I guess you could go through all the choices or just find fresh air. So we did the melody one, I assume. Although this one wasn't there the first time. Head towards the garlic and find fresh air. I'm going to do head towards the garlic. I wonder if... I don't have vampires installed, but I wonder if she's going to encounter a vampire. We'll see. Let's choose head towards the garlic. Oh, I think Rory just came out of there. Frog Cities. Somewhere ahead, the repetitive creak of metal echoes towards Nellie, followed by slish slosh of water. As it repeats, Nellie begins to speculate that it might be a water pump when she stumbles into a room filled with frogs. It's almost a proper frog city. There aren't just the common kind either. Someone's been breeding them. Well, at least the frogs seem happy down there. Okay, that's super random. Okay, and it says she found something in the underground. Item received one dirt wheel frog. So she collected a frog? Yeah. Okay, uncommon and worth $120. She's still down there, but Rory was down there too. And she just came out. Okay, a garlic box. The scent of garlic heads down a twisting tunnel. Eventually, Nellie runs into a large metal box of some sort, but it's too dark to figure out what purpose it might have or if there's a way to get inside. Leaving the underground message so Nellie can make out some light ahead. It must be an exit. So she's back out now. That was interesting. She collected a frog. I wasn't expecting that. But I wonder if you keep going down and exploring, you'll get like more context into what's going on and more into the story. I am gonna try another underground tunnel just to see if it's like the same pathways and messages as this one, or if it's like a different set of choices. So the next tunnel I'm gonna explore is this one over here, this old bunker. And this one is the one that is next to our house and the Volkov house. So I'm gonna see if this gives us the same stories or if it's like different among different underground tunnels. So it says the underground. The entrance to the bunker is metal, but as Nellie travels onward, the tunnel twists underground and the pathway becomes dirt on all sides. After a few minutes of walking, Nellie realizes that this seamlessly endless tunnel must lead deep beneath Moonwood Mill. I don't really remember what the first message was. I think it was kind of similar, but I don't know if it was the exact same. So again, we have diverging paths. Nellie seems to come to a dead end before noticing a small ledge off to the side. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, but Nellie manages to clamber up and finds a set of 3 different tunnels. The one that heads left seems littered with debris and gives off a rusty scent. The one in the middle smells a lot like garlic. Only the tunnel to the right has a pleasant odor, the smell of fresh air. So this is a little bit different. We did head towards the garlic last time, so I might navigate the debris this time. Okay, it says the old mill. More than once, Nellie nearly trips on some old junk. It's too dark to make out what it is, even after coming across a large pile of old metal. Given how rusty it smells, it's probably safer to leave it alone since it's too dark to see. That's interesting. So there are some werewolf abilities that give you like night vision and stuff, so I wonder if you equip that, if that might make it easier to see things like this. But this is a different message. So we came across another diverging path. So it says Nellie encounters a tiny chasm and hops across it. On the other side, the tunnel splits in 3. A faint melody, strange yet almost magical, seems to emanate from one path. The next is littered with old rusted debris, and the final path carries the scent of fresh air. So this is the same message I got last time, except this time we went towards the debris. So now we only have the fresh air and the magical melody. Let's follow this one again and see what happens. So again, we got an enchanted room. The enchanted music fades as Nellie comes to a large round room with an expansive relief carved into the wall. Embedded glowing cerulean crystals give off enough light to make out the story within. The artwork depicts a magical conflict between two sides, with some favoring plasma and others who drew power from the moon. So this is the same message that we got last time. So finders keepers. Nellie is making her way through a particular tight corridor when she notices something gave way underfoot. She bends down to check and discovers something. Okay, we got a moon petal. So that's like a flower. We had a few of those already, but we got another one of these. So I guess as you explore the underground tunnels, you're going to come across different treasures and things like that. So divergent paths. As Nellie crawls under a particularly low stretch, she notices the tunnel splits into 3 paths up ahead. So this is the same thing. Let's go towards the garlic this time. So leaving the underground, Nellie can make out some light ahead. It must be an exit. So she's exited now. So that was those 2 underground tunnels. I think they're fairly similar, but a little bit different. Not the tunnels themselves, but just each time you go through them. But for the most part, it's pretty similar so far anyway. But like I was saying, I wonder if you had like the werewolf abilities like scavenger, or there's something up here. This one over here. So if you had like maybe these abilities or this night vision one, like this one says, exploring the underground tunnels beneath Moonwood Mill can sometimes lead to a dark dead end. With this ability, Nellie will be able to conquer them by seeing things she may have otherwise missed, as well as spend less time hunting for prey at night. So if you equip like this ability here, you're probably going to find some more interesting things in the underground tunnels. But that was really interesting. It gives you something to do and explore in Moonwood Mill, which you don't necessarily have in like some of the other worlds. and like a bit of a storyline to uncover, and just like treasures and things to find and collect, which is fun. But that is going to be the end for this series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I might come back with another episode with Nelly, but I think this might be the end. Thank you again for watching, and check out my other videos. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.